What's going on, y'all? Shook here, back with another video on the Holy Priest, doing some 2v2 with Plum on his Windwalker. This is kind of a bonus video this week because I actually found this footage. I had edited it and done everything, but I never uploaded it. So it's about 3-ish weeks old, so this was pre-warrior nerf. And yeah, figured I would just upload it as like a bonus video this week. So this first match is against a Resto Shaman and an Arms Warrior. Again, this was pre-nerf to Warriors, so he's going to be, you're going to notice he's going to be chunking my health a lot more than prior to the, after the nerf. He's going for the Blade Storm here. I am going to overlap Guardian and Apotheosis because, again, if, you know, before they got nerfed, if you got them, or if they got you to a certain HP, they could randomly one-shot you if they got lucky. Trying to go for the double fear off his interrupt there. Looks like he got out. Plum is getting all of the cooldowns from that Resto Shaman. You can see him standing in his Earthen Wall totem there, and he's also used the Bulwark totem. I still have my angel form available, which I am going to go ahead and use. I'm just using it defensively, just to kind of get him off me. And you can see Plum takes him down with the crackling jade lightning there, and it looks like we're at about 2050 MMR for that game. So again, this was about 3 weeks ago, so pretty decent MMR. We have a Resto Shaman Shadow Priest team this time, so we should be more favored against the Clothies, minus the mages. Like Frost Mage is really tough for Windwalkers to touch, especially if the Frost Mage is really good at kiting and whatnot. So I'm just going to play a little bit defensive. I didn't really go in for the fear off my chastise there because I didn't want to get put into a really bad spot, because we basically can win this one just off of Plum's damage. You can see we're getting a ton of pressure here. We actually are going to get dispersed there in the opener. Looks like he has purged off of most of Plum's buffs, so I can either rebuff or just say not worry about it. So right here I used Guardian and didn't get a whole ton of value because I chose to Dispel there. It was probably better to just try and go for the heal instead of going for the Dispel, just because I had Guardian rolling, so it was going to amplify my healing. You can see Plum going for the Jade Lightning there, doing a little bit of damage. You can see we have burned a ton of this Resto Shaman's mana already, and he is using Water Shield, so kind of surprising. That just shows how much damage Plum is actually doing. And it looks like no disperse anymore. I don't think we've gotten swap yet. I'm going to greater fade this Hex. He's also going to try and stop it. He's going to lightning lasso here, so I'm going to run in, put my feather down and go for the fear, and it looks like he did get the swap right before, and maybe even the Tremor Totem. So he still has his trinket available. I could go for the mind control if I really wanted to and make the priest have to stop me, but again, we have so much damage rolling out that I'm not super worried about it. As long as I'm able to keep Plum alive, then we're just going to win eventually. So there's no point in just playing hyper aggressive unless I think we're going to lose. So right here, I could have probably deathed that. Going to chastise stun, and he takes him down before I even had to have any follow-up CC. So I didn't quite have fear up anyway, but a mind control would have worked there. And like I said, we have the advantage versus the... Alright, so for this next match, we kind of mixed things up. We had unlocked the elite set for Plum's Windwalker, and he wanted to play his Death Knight some. This was before the buffs to Death Knight, so they were significantly weaker, and again, Warriors were stronger at this time, so now this matchup is actually, I mean, it's still not super favorable, but they can at least fight back, especially with the Death Strike changes. And you can see Plum just popping all his cooldowns. I'm going to fear, and he's not going to get a lot of value in that Guardian. I don't know, I'm not sure what the Priest trinketed there, but he must have trinketed one of Plum's CCs just to eat the full fear. And we do take them down in the opener, which is, you know, a little bit rare with this MMR in twos to win that fast. Normally we're going into a little bit heavier dampening. So this next one is against a Resto Druid and an Arms Warrior. Plum's going to get the double blind here. I'm going to chastise stun off that and then go for the fear. He's trying to disrupt that. It looks like he is going to get the tree form. We get the trinket from the Druid, which is what I wanted. We're not really going to be able to take anything down while he's in that ancient tree form. Looks like Plum is popping his IBF, and the warrior is in defensive stance. He's kind of just sitting on him. I'm trying to make sure he's just like clean off of buffs there. He wants to go back on me. I'm going to start smiting to kind of reset my stun here, and then it looks like Plum is going to dodge the spear. But you can see even dodging the spear, a lot of damage coming out. Popping my Guardian. I'm going to try and pick Plum up while Guardian is going. You can see me use kind of both Serenities there, and this is a lot of the warrior's damage. You can see Avatar and a lot of stuff rolling. And he has 3 different hots on him, so we can do a little bit of damage. He's also not in D stance. But again, like I said in the previous one, this is not a favorable matchup for us. It's, like I said, a little bit better now that they reverted the Death Strike nerf. Looks like he goes for the clone on me. We still have Apotheosis. I'm going to go ahead and pop it here. It looks like he was able to juke there. I have my Guardian form available. We also have Swap. I just don't want to get into a scenario where I can't pick Plum up. Looks like I am going to go ahead and use my Guardian form instead of using the Swap. So kind of risky because you can't swap while you're in Guardian form. So that was kind of a risky play. I am just using my Chastise Stun on the warrior. Remember that the druid can't be CC'd when he's in that like ancient form. Here comes the Sharpen on Plum. I really probably want to grip him out of that. There we go. I gripped him out of the Blade Storm. Looks like the warrior wanted to cancel it. And having Power Infusion back up, I'm just going to pop it while this is up. I can Greater Fade this Cyclone. He's just going to recast it. Looks like Plum stole the Cyclone and used it while he was in the spear. So good Dark Simulacrum play there from Plum. Looks like he's using that Demolish talent there. Plum is going to get the double blind. I'm just trying to pick him up instead of trying to get the fear there. So kind of just trying to scare the druid. It looks like we have the Super Oracle buff going, and I am going to go ahead and use it, but you can see that with dampening being so high, it just didn't do all that much, unfortunately. He does want to clone me, and I thought I was out of range, or I would have moved a little bit more. I also had Greater Fate available, but I thought I was just out of range there. Trying to use Prayer of Mending and a Serenity on Plum. Going to Chastise the Druid. Go for the fear, but he actually immunes. That was a good heads up play. You can see the warrior use that talent to get him out of the fear, basically immuned it. Should have been watching for that. We have 14 seconds on Guardian. It's probably going to be swap here. I do use the swap, and he's just going to sit Plum, which is, you know, probably the good play. I don't have a ton of outs left, so he could have potentially swapped to me. But I did have my Divine Ascension, so if he did swap to me, I probably would have just used that. It looks like I forgot to swap my PvP talents as well. A little surprising on that one, but here we go. We got big damage on the druid, but he also has big damage on Plum. I'm going to go ahead and pop Apotheosis. He's at like 1%. I'm popping both Serenities, and he's having to run, and I'm going to go Angel Form and just try and spam heals as much as I can. You can see the druid also pumping out damage as well. The druid did get away, and he's using Tranquility, trying to do everything I can to pick up Plum at this point because he is just getting chunked and we don't have any outs. I'm using Power Infusion just to spam heals as much as I can. It looks like I do have him available here, so I am going to go ahead and use Divine Him. We got out of that Blade Storm. I'm going to get feared. I'm going to go ahead and Trinket the full fear there. He's going to Stormbolt me. I'm trying to lay the Shadow Fiend down because I am completely immune. He wants to come immune that fear again. He does bash me. I was thinking he was going to cast it, so I waited. And it looks like I'm going to try and fear off that to get the double fear, and he immediately gets his druid out. So that was good. Kind of little mind games back and forth between me and the warrior. Looks like he does use Sharpen on me, so I am going to Divine Ascension. And I have Guardian left for Plum, but he is in a Cyclone. So we're both essentially immune here. I have Greater Fade, going to go ahead and pop it, and I'm just trying to run away. I think I used Desperate Prayer there, and I'm just trying to pick us up. I'm basically running on E. You can see I don't have much mana left. I can use my Blood Elf Racial here to get a little bit more mana. and it looks like I am probably going to go down here because I'm just out of everything. I'm going to use Greater Fade again. He's going to run at me. I use Guardian just to try and stay alive for as long as I can, and I get the Shadow Word Death on him. And you can see the Druid running over here to try and Star Surge and take me down. Trying to use a Feather just to run away from him. I'm still slowed. Don't quite have Greater Fade back up, but I do have Fear. So Plum's going to try and CC him, and I'll Fear off that. And then probably run over here and go for a drink. So crazy close match. Not easy. But we were able to finish out the session and unlock quite a few elite sets. And like I said, this was from a few weeks ago, but still some good games. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed these. Let me know what you think. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe, drop a like, helps me out a ton. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.